Alright y'all, welcome back to the Roads Less Traveled. Today I'm out here in my backyard. It's like 100 degrees. I'm sweating like crazy. But I wanted to do a review on this 4 to 6 person TIdeWe hunting blind. Alright y'all, so TIdeWe sent me this blind. I did not purchase it with my money. Let me get that out of the way right up front. That being said, I'm still going to give an honest and thorough review of this product. Right now, I have the blind set up in the large configuration. However, when you purchase this blind, it actually comes as 2 individual hunting blinds. So for one purchase, you can have 2 blinds that you can use as smaller individual blinds, or you can combine them and have one large blind. So I think that's a great consideration when you're looking at which purchase to make. You may actually get your cost per blind down if you buy this one instead of the single blind. And then you can have the option to combine them, make it a large blind if you're going to be hunting with multiple people or with youth or something like that. As far as the size of this blind, when it's combined in this configuration, you're looking at 116 inches long, 58 inches deep, and 66 inches tall. This blind is super easy to set up. It's much better than some of the doghouse pop-up style blinds I've used in the past, where you have to, kind of twist them and pop them into a bag. This thing's super simple. Basically, it just comes out of the bag, lays open, and you just pop the sides out one at a time. For the extra large version, you just have to pop up 2 blinds. You want them side by side, and then you zip out an inner wall and put that to the side. We'll get to that in a second, because that actually has a pretty neat use on its own. Once you have that inner wall zipped out, zipping the thing together is super simple. The zippers seem to be pretty high quality, and they're large zippers, so it zips together really well and easily. Now that I have the inner walls out, I can zip these 2 blinds together. Another thing about this blind, as we're standing here before we get on the inside, you can tell you can't see inside this thing. But from the inside, you can see out great. And that's just something I want to point out, because, some people may think that just since you're able to see out from the inside, that game may be able to see you moving around on the inside. But I can attest to the fact that you cannot see in this thing. Come on, let's take a look at the inside and show you how much room there is in here. So we're on the inside of the blind. The camera's set up on the far wall, and I'm on the opposite wall. I don't know how well it comes across on the screen, but there is so much room in here. This thing would be great for hunting with groups of multiple people. Maybe you've got some kids you want to take hunting with you, or maybe you're a self-filmer like I am, and you need a little bit extra room for your camera gear, your tripod. Maybe you've got somebody running the camera or that sort of thing. So the blind actually has 2 doors when it's set up in this combined configuration, one on each side. So you could use both of them, or whichever one provides the best access where it's set up. These doors are on zippers, which honestly isn't my favorite method of closing the doors, but it's okay. You can be quiet as long as you take it slow. I really like the way that some of TIdeWe's other blinds are, that have the magnets or the clips. So that way you can avoid using the zipper if you're trying to get in super quiet. But nevertheless, it's not a deal breaker. So now that we've got the doors all sealed up, you should be able to tell you can see out of this thing really well. It's really impressive the first time you get in here how well you can see. It's so much better than those old blinds where you had to have the windows open. You know, when you're down eye level with game and you have to have those windows open, they can see moving. With this thing, you don't have to open the windows until you're ready to shoot. And another thing I'll point out is these windows are super quiet. They're built on slides, and whatever one you want to open, you just take and grab it and you can just slide it up and down. Watch this. That's all there is to it. Now I've got a small little window that I can shoot out of. It's super easy, it's super quiet. There's no Velcro on this blind, which is A+ in my opinion. So let's talk about the types of windows. On the large front wall and the back wall, you have rectangular shaped windows with slides on each ends. But then on the end walls, there are these triangular windows that have these clips. And you just unclip them and they fold down. So they're not actually built on slides, but it's still super quiet. The back wall is not see-through, but it does still have the blinds with the windows, so you can slide it open and shoot if something were to come in behind you. You know, ideally you set this thing up where your game's going to approach from the front or the sides, but you can never quite predict 100% what a deer is going to do. So having that ability is a great thing. I'm burned up in here. Let's go back outside and look at some more features on the outside of this blind. Another feature that I find really cool in this blind are these loops that are sewn into the outside. And what those allow is for you to brush in this blind. So if you wanted to really conceal it well, you know, you can take and break you off some sticks, some limbs, some grass, and stick it down in these loops to help conceal it. Here, let's see if we can find something. So I've just got a simple pine limb here. What you can do is just slide those in all around the blind, you know, grass, limbs, whatever's natural in your area, and really help blend this thing in. The blind also has loops on each corner for staking it down, and comes with all the stakes and tie down rope that you need to really secure this thing if you're going to leave it in the field for a while. Alright y'all, so there's one more thing that I think is really cool about this blind. What I have here are the two interior walls that we took out of the two individual blinds to combine and make the large blind. Well, I've taken those two walls, zipped them together, and made a two-sided ground blind. Now this thing is awesome for you turkey hunters, deer hunters that like hunting on the ground, running gun style, because what it does allows you to just carry two panels that are lightweight, easy to deploy, and allow you to get out there, find a spot to sit down, pop these up open, and have a quick and easy blind in the field. I love that. It has the same windows as the main blind, and they just slide open like so. So the way I would deploy this is I'd probably find a tree to sit against and set it up in the front of the tree so that you could sit behind it and watch your game out front. Even though this blind is out in the open, you can still see through the walls pretty well. Maybe not quite as well as the enclosed one because it's darker in there, but it still works pretty well in this configuration. And then when you're ready to shoot, you can just slide those windows down and you have your window to shoot through. Where I think this is really handy is just considering the amount of weight you can save if you're trying to run and gun. Let's break this down real quick and I'll show you what it looks like in the broken or in the packable configuration. That was it. He's popped those two sides down. This thing is super light. You just fold it up, throw it in one of the bags the big blind came in, and then you're ready to run out in the woods and, you know, deploy it in a matter of seconds. Alright y'all, so this has been a review of the large 4 to 6 person hunting blind by TIdeWe. I really like the versatility of this blind. The 3-in-1 configuration I think is a good deal. You know, no matter how you configure this blind, you pretty much got two options to use at any given time. You know, either two smaller blinds or one large blind and two screen run and gun blind. So I think that's an important consideration when you're considering what to buy. You know, this one may be a little more expensive, but when you consider the fact you're getting two complete setups out of the deal and a lot more versatility, I think it's worth it. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. If you have any comments, drop them below. If you don't mind, hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to get to 1,000. And if y'all like this hunting blind, go check out TIdeWe's website. I don't have a promo code to give you, but I gotta tell you, there's plenty of them out there. So do some looking, and you can probably save a little money on this. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a blessed day. Remember, take the roads less traveled.